All right. So this next session is really around the idea of broadening participation. And the first two speakers, we wanted to help ourselves, put ourselves in the mindset of a little bit of like, what is it like as a student? What kind of challenges does a student face? So we have two speakers who will talk about that. So the first one is our timekeeper, Melissa, and Melissa Burt, who comes from Colorado State University, who you met last night. Thanks, Melissa.
Okay, good morning. And I'm the timekeeper, so I can take as long as I want, right? Okay. I'll be fast. So what Reggie and I are going to talk about briefly this morning is kind of the challenges that many REU students face as they come to us for a summer experience or even a winter experience. And I also want to talk a little bit on what we can do as REU managers to help them overcome some of these challenges. So here I have just a photo of my interns from this past summer, excuse me, at our REU site in climate science. So you can kind of imagine, or you can maybe remember what it was like when you were 20, 21, 22, and you've applied to a program where you're really excited about the people that you're gonna meet, the scientists that you're gonna meet, the experiences that you may have, the knowledge that you'll gain over this time. But there are many challenges that are ahead that you may not even know are there. So these students are faced with, obviously there's research challenges, adjusting to a new environment, a new town, a new institution that may be very different than their own, a new culture in this place that they may be coming to. They are challenged with the idea of even just time management. How do I work? How do I work in this very flexible environment that is very different from the school experiences that they have? Coming to the understanding that doing research, the research process can be a very frustrating thing, and there's not always that answer that you can get to. And I find that many students get really hung up on this piece of there may not be an actual answer. So just working with them and talking with them about this process and the steps that you need to take to get through it. A lot of students are concerned with not meeting the expectations of their mentors. First of all, there's kind of this intimidating factor that this faculty member is here and they actually want to work with me on this project. And so working with our students to let them know that these people are here to help them and these people are here to help guide them through this process. And along with these research challenges, there's also different personal challenges that these students are faced with. The idea of being overwhelmed and again, adjusting to this new place, dealing with family stress, dealing with life stress, personal relationships, and those sorts of things. So I think it's really important, and many of us probably already know this, but I think it's really important for us to keep these things in mind when you have your new cohort of students coming in to work with you over the summer. And we can support them, and you'll probably learn a lot about this over the next day and a half of how we can support our students, giving them role models, providing them with a very strong, supportive network and a very inclusive network, providing them or showing them that there's collaboration, that we're all here to help and to work together. And I think really importantly is showing them that they belong, like this is something that they can do and that they feel like they have people that they can connect with. Ideally, to also have open conversation and to have very respectful communities of everyone. So for all of the students to be kind to each other, be kind to the people that they're working with, and to be kind to their fellow peers. Providing a space that is very trustworthy. And then finally, I would say to just be aware of the notions that you may have to not push out or reflect too much stuff on your students, just to pay attention to them and have personal conversations and to truly just connect. And so there are challenges, and these challenges are not actually the issue. It's really how we respond to these challenges that matters to the students, that matters to all of us. And something that I want to say, and kind of going off script now, I guess, So when I was an undergraduate student, I went to Millersville University in Pennsylvania. I was a meteorology student. I was in my sophomore year, and I was feeling these signs of like self-doubt, like why am I taking all of this physics? Why am I taking all this calculus? Like I really can't see how this all fits in to this world of wanting to become a meteorologist. And I reached this point in undergrad where I felt I was just losing that passion and I wasn't able to make connections. And I kind of thought, maybe this isn't for me. Maybe I just shouldn't do this anymore. And I went to my undergraduate advisor and I just kind of told her, I was like, I don't think I can do this anymore. Like, this field is just too hard. Like, there's no one that looks like me here at this school. Like, I just can't connect. And she said, if you're not going to be a meteorology student, what are you going to do? Are you going to be an artist? And I said, no, I can't draw or paint. Are you going to be a music person? No, I can't sing. So it's like all these things, no. So she said, I want you to just try one thing. Just give one more try at it all. And I want you to apply to this program. And I said, okay, tell me a little bit about it. And she's like, well, you go to Boulder. And I'm like, where's Boulder? You are going to do this research process and you're going to work with scientists and you're going to have the possibility to have 4 years of experience doing this. And I said, sure, I guess I'll try this. So, I had 2 days to apply before the deadline was going to happen. So I was like, I got to stay up all night, write this application, ask for recommendation letters. And I don't tell my students to wait this long, but this is what I had to do. So, did all this stuff, applied to the program, and then I find out that I was accepted. And I'm talking about the SOURCE program if I didn't say that. So I flew to Colorado and then I landed here and I said, oh my God, where am I now? Coming from the East Coast, so this was like a crazy place of different stuff. But I arrived with this kind of feelings of self-doubt, feelings of being isolated, feelings of not even knowing where I was going. And I took this chance to participate in this program. And after time, I feel like I had like a new light, a new direction. I met with these scientists who I felt like I could connect with and who wanted to collaborate with me. And I think most importantly, I think I found a community of people who I could work with and mentors and people who lead the programs. And today I'm still talking with them and collaborating with them. And I say this because if I didn't have the research experience that I had, as I said last night, I don't think that I would be here, standing here talking to you all today. And I think it really is the driving piece that wants me to do this for my students, to show them that, this is something that you can do. And I always look for that particular application where this is the potential for that student to grow and to make a change. And they just really need someone to help get them there. And so I say that it kind of renewed my interest and re-energized me and gave me something to drive for and to look out for my career. And so think about this as you welcome your new students into your cohort and you think about how your position really does make a difference for them. So I guess that's all that I was going to say, but Reggie's going to talk next about how the challenges that minority students have as they participate in these programs. So thank you.